Right then, yeah, it's a Friday night. A little bit of a different video. One, not on the bank. Two, not in a man cave. Well, I'm in a man cave, you can call it a man cave. And three, something I don't normally do. And the something I don't normally do is make rig videos. I don't normally make rig videos. I tie all my own rigs, but I never make videos about it. Yeah, why? Because there's thousands of them on Tinterweb, isn't there? So you can go find any of them rigs anywhere you like. But then again, if you're watching this video, the chances are you're not watching it to see how the rig's made. You're probably watching it for all the stupid one-liners and all the other bollocks that comes with my videos. So, a little bit of a difference tonight. Not just rig videos, there's going to be a few tips, tricks and handy hints. And a couple of beers along the way. It'd be rude not to. That's right, Professor. Right, so I'm in my caravan. Well, it's not my caravan, it's my sister's caravan. Yes, and I'm dwelling in it at the moment while I'm waiting for my new house. New house that I'll be moving into next week. And when we move into the house next week, it has a man cave, of course, because I would not buy a house if it didn't have a man cave. It's got to have a man cave. So I'll be moving in there, so there'll be new videos coming up, obviously when I've moved in the new man cave. Rigs videos, probably not. Boiler making, different leads, probably loads of them, and of course plenty of funnies. So tonight's videos is alcoholic beverages times 24. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to drink all 24 and then trying to make a video, because it'll be utter shite. Yeah, not that I'm saying this is going to be utter shite anyway, but rigs videos, oh excuse me, rigs videos, oh, rigs videos, rigs videos, it's a rigs video, and a few tips, tricks and handy hints. One of the tips, tricks and handy hints I'm going to show you, yeah, and you'll probably quite like this one, because you go out and you buy yourself some carp fishing illumination, which of course is a light, and we all go for the 30 quid ridge monkeys, don't we? Well, I've got a ridge monkey here. Well, I've got two. In fact, I've got fucking 6 of them. Why have I got 6 of them? Because they're a tenner. Cheap Chinese ridge monkeys. There is no difference. More on that later. Right. Rigs videos. Double thumbs up, let's crack on. So, I'm only going to make one rig tonight, and it's my personal favourite. I use it quite a lot, and it is my personal favourite. Again, that is my opinion. Yeah, my opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. You're entitled to yours, I'm entitled to mine. This is my own personal opinion. This is my favourite rig. And I'll explain why as we go through it. Okay, so the tackle you're going to need for building rigs of your own, yeah, of course, is hooks, isn't it? You're going to need some cuts. And hooks is very, very important, lads. You know that. I know that. If you don't know that, hooks are very important, okay? If you buy a load of shit hooks and they're not quality, yeah, and they're not very sharp, the chances are the fish are picking your baits up, yeah, putting them in the mouth and spitting them back out again, and you're none the wiser, yeah? So what we need to do is we make a rig, yeah, that they can't spit out, and if it does try to spit it out, it's going to get pricked, you're going to get the one toner, and hopefully you have a fish on the bank. Right, so I've got 3 hooks here. In fact, well, I've got 4. Yeah, I've got 4 manufacturers of hooks. First one, yeah, which is my personal favourite, yeah, and some people may agree, some people may not. But my personal favourite are the Ace hooks. I think they're made by Carp Spirit now, but these are super sharp, lads, and quality hooks. I picked these up from a place in Castleford, Rods and Reels. They had a few on sale there. Yeah, I picked a bag load up actually. I'll show you a bit. There's about 20 packets of hooks here. I think I paid about 40 quid for the lot. Yeah, so that was Rodder and Reels in up in Castleford, in, is it south, north, west? Well, it's Yorkshire anyway, somewhere around there, where they go where you buy gum, yeah, and do things with sheep. Up that way anyway. So that's my personal favourite, lads, is Ace hooks. Yeah, if I had an option, yeah, it would be them every time. But I also do like Fox Armour hooks. Okay, I do like them quite a bit as well. Very sharp, very good hooks. Yeah, all different kinds there. And of course, these are not too bad. For all the slagging off of Fanny Bear arse that I do, hooks aren't too bad. Some people don't like them, some people do. I don't think they're too bad, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, but again, my opinion, lads and ladies, if any of you split arses are watching, ladies are watching, okay? Dawn, you might be watching this. Dawn is Mark's wife, lives in Warrington. She likes to sit down with a cup of tea, a cuddle with her husband on the settee and watch my shit videos. And it's not for the fishing, of course it's not. It's for all the crap I come out with. Right, anyway, moving on. So, got hooks. What else I'm going to use? Of course, you need a hook length, yeah? This is the first time I've used this. Yeah? Normally, if I want a coated hook length, I'll go for Corda End Trap, Fox Cortex. Yeah, they're the two that I normally use. But I thought I'd test something else instead. Yeah, and this is ESP tungsten loaded. Okay, silt. That one is a £20 semi-stiff. You know, just like that boner you can't quite get. Semi-stiff. Stiff. And this one is again Choddy silt tungsten loaded ESP. That one is soft, like that when you're pissed out of your head and you can't get a proper boner. Yeah, so there, what I'm going to, I've never used that before, never used it in a fishing situation. I just picked it up. Yeah, normally I like Corda End Trap or Fox Cortex, but I do like black. If you watched my videos before, you'll know I do like black hook links. Right, so we've got hooks, we've got hook lengths. Okay, next thing, yeah, for this rig, the particular rig I'm building tonight, is rig rings. So we've got oval rig rings, they're Tasca. I don't know if this is going to focus very good, yeah, because the light's a bit shit in my caravan. So Tasca rig rings, they're normal bog standard round ones. And I've got some oval ones off eBay, off Traditional Tackle. I got these, and these are cracking because they're anti-glare and you can hardly see, well, the weld or where they're joined together. They're oval ones. Again, they're 4.5mm. You can use them as well. Okay. The other thing I use with this rig is shrink tube. That is, I don't know what size it doesn't actually say, but I look at the size and then I decide whether it's going to go over the eye of the hook, and that will suit these rigs down to the ground, all tip top and ship shape bristle fashion. And on the other end I have anti-tangle sleeves. So this is my favourite rig. My favourite rig in situations, bottom bait or pop-ups. Yeah, and of course why it's my favourite rig, I'll explain why, of course I will. Right, quick slurp on the old Wigan Pier, and let's select my components for tonight's rig. I want yo, and I want yo, and I want yo, and I'll have a little bit of that as well. Right, let's go. Rig time. So, rig I'm going to make is basically they refer to it as a blowback rig, and this blowback rig is going to be on a long shank hook. So of course you're going to need a long shank hook. This is my choice for tonight, just for the purposes of the video. Okay, that is the Fox Armour LS size 4. LS obviously standing for long shank. If it was LSB, it would be long shank barbless. Obviously you can see that's barbed. Again, depending on the water and fishing, whether I would use that, because a lot of restrictions on waters these days where it's barbless hooks only. So That's the hook I'm going to use. Fox armour. You've got a few in the back. Of course, you don't just get one. So there we go, fox armour, long shanked. That's a size 4. Other thing I'm going to be using is the ESP tungsten loaded coated braid. So basically what that is, it's a coated braid where you can peel the coating off, yeah, you strip the coating off, and of course it's braid underneath, so you can have stiff at one end, yeah, and you can have your hinge, or you can have it stiff right the way through, basically sort of a type of a combi rig. Okay, that's what I'm going to use, troddy silk, and this actually says on the instructions, that people never read them, but on the instruction it says you don't need to steam this. You see, you can pull it tight basically like the old Amnesia, yeah, memory free, and you don't need to steam it. Well, I've never used it before, so we will have a look at that and see if what they say is true. So, hook link, hooks. I'm going to use an oval rig ring for the blowback. These are off traditional tackle off eBay. I got 100 for, I think it was £4.29. Yep, £4.29 for 100 oval rig rings. Matte black, yep, non-shiny, all singing, all dancing. Yep, super. And then on the end, probably won't be able to do it now because I haven't got a baiting needle, is these anti-tangle sleeves. These are fox edges, £3.75 for 25 pieces of rubber. I wonder what fox pay for 25 little pieces of rubber. I reckon it's not £3.75. Okay, anyway, that's what I stick on the end, yeah, to tidy everything up basically at the lead end. Right, so let's get on with it. So first things first, of course, I'll take my chosen hook link, which is the tungsten loaded, yeah, troddy silt, a semi-stiff, £20 ESP. Apparently Terry Earn swears by this, swears by it. Happy days. Take your chosen length. Again, it's one of them fancy, well, it's not a box, is it? But you can just pull it out like so. So take your chosen length, and then of course you'd snip it off normally with a pair of scissors. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I've got a pair of scissors, so I'll just snip it off with my LFK. Yeah, I carry an LFK on my bunch of keys because I live in Runcorn. So there we go. A length of semi-stiff tungsten loaded. So tungsten loaded meaning it's got tungsten in the coating, which of course it will sink like a brick apparently. So I've just pulled that tight. Let's see how that fares up. I don't know if you can see it there. I've just basically stretched it like the old Amnesia, memory free, and let's see if it curls back up in a little ball. No, it's not too bad actually. A little bit of a bend in it, but we can sort that out later. Okay, but not too bad. If you heat it up, it might do a little bit better. Yeah, not too bad that, Terry Earn. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but basically all the kinks are out of that. So yeah, it does actually do what it says on the tin, and you don't have to steam it unless you get to the bottom bit where it's really tight. So super duper, you got your hook link. There's probably about 12 inches. Okay, if you don't know what 12 inches is, yeah, send me an email, yeah, and I'll send you a picture. I'll fold it in half and show you. Super. Next thing I'm going to do is the old-fashioned way of doing it, is you've got to remove the coating, the outer coating, to reveal the soft braid on the inside. So what I do is, depending on how much basically semi-stiff link I want at the lead end is how much I take off. But again, you've got to take enough of the hinge, so you've got to have it so you get a hinge, yeah, just after the hook eye. Yeah, more on that later. So I'm going to go about there, which is about, I don't know, it's probably about 6 inches, that, in old school money. 6 inches is what? Ooh, 150 mil for all you Europeans. And old school is you strip it off. I just put my teeth like that, what's fucking left of them. I'll peel it off. I don't know what to do with that. I fucking spit it at people that don't like that. So now you've got your exposed braid, which of course has got a little bit of suppleness to it. Very important, you get the little bit of suppleness. Okay, so there we go. You got your coated part, and then here, from there onwards, you've got your exposed braid, semi-stiff, just like me. Okay, with videos on a Friday night, you've got to improvise, adapt and overcome. And the light has started to fade in my caravan of love, so I've had to illuminate it with one of my cheap Chinese fake ridge monkeys. That's not too bad. This is without the light. And this is on level 4. Right, so we've got our hook link. As you see here, we take the stripped end, okay, and what I like to do is of course use it as a hair rig. Basically you can put rig rings, bait screws, etc. That's a different rig, of course, yeah, but with this you can use it as bottom bait or pop-ups. So take your end and tie your bog standard, all singing, all dancing, dirty fingernails, overhand loop. This is why I don't make rid videos, because it's very fiddly, and if you've got big fat fucking sausage fingers like me, you'll be there forever and a day. Editing for Europe. Right, so what we've got there is, of course, our little loop. It is a loop. There we go, a little loop. So what I'm going to do there now, of course, is cut that tag end off. Yeah, that there. So I'll get my LFK. Make sure you cut the right bit here. There's no worse than cutting the bloody loop off, especially if you've had a few wig and piers. Cut that off. There we go. So we've got our loop. Happy days. Yeah, a little bit long that. I haven't got any braid blades with me because that's all still up in Stockton with Johnny 5 slaps. So don't matter about that, but you can trim it a little bit closer if you want, of course. Right, next thing you've got to do is you've got to tie your rig ring. I'm going to go for those matte black oval rig rings, and you've got to tie that on. Okay, so of course I'm going to grab one of my matte black flat profile, I can't read that, it's back to front, rig rings 4.5 mil. Take one of them. That wobbly finger. Yeah. And then I'm just going to thread it onto my hook link. Like so. Not worse than dropping it, because you never find it again. Unless, of course, you're on something that's not black. Then you might be in with a chance. So I'll thread that on. Yeah, it's not going over that. So what I'll do with that, I'm just going to... That's a bit of the old coating, that. So I'll just pop that off. Send it down. Right, Where you tie this now, it all depends on the size of the bait you're using and how long you want your hair. Yeah, the longer the hair, okay, the shorter the hair. All depends. But again, you've got to look at the rig mechanics and how it actually works in a carp's mouth. Right, so what I do there, I'm going to turn it round because I'm a right spacky-handed bastard. Yeah, and just an overhand loop like that. Now this way you got to be careful because you got to remember what size bait you're putting on there. You're putting a 20mm, you're putting a 20mm plus an 18mm pop-up, or you're putting a 16mm with a bit of cone. Yeah, and how long do you want the hair away from the basically the bend of the hook? I usually with this rig, yeah, depending if I'm fishing bottom baits or pop-ups, yeah, depending on how long that bit is. Yeah, so let's say I am putting on there let's say, I don't know, an 18mm pop-up. So I'm going to get my 18mm, yeah, I'm going to get my 18mm, and then I'm going to leave a little bit, I'm going to leave a bit, probably half an inch hair. That's a little bit too long, so I'm just going to move it up a bit. Right, most people say, well, why don't you put the bait on first and you get it exact? Well, I tell you what, you put a bait on there and then try and tie that overhand knot with that rig ring with a fucking pop-up on it, yeah? You'd be spazzed out big time. You'd be throwing it in the lake, throwing a wobbler, yeah, pulling your pants down and then ringing mum because little snowflakes melting. So I do it without the bait. Again, my own personal preference. So you've got your 18mm, sits on there, and then you've got, I don't know, about ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch of a hair. And I tie that at the top of the oval rig ring. Then, once I'm happy with that, it's in the correct position, I'll give it a quick tug, yep, the rig as well, and then I double knot, I double overland knot like that, and that locks it. There's no chance of that coming undone now, so just give that a good tug, hey, and the rig, put that in position, and that is ready to go on the hook. So there we go, rig ring, yeah, a little bit of a hair, and then you bait. Yeah, it's going to be for a pop-up, for example. Super. Right, that is too short now. I know that because I've not stripped it enough. But how you can rectify that, I'll show you how to do that as well. So there we go. Happy days. Okie dokie, next part of course is putting the hook on. Okay, so choose your chosen hook. In this case, as we said, it is a Fox Armour long shank, size 4. So there he has the old. That's the bit that sticks in the fish's mouth, by the way, if you didn't know that. So what I do, of course, I'll put my little loop at the top, remembering to drop it on the fucking floor, you bastard. Where you gone? Right, you see, that's gone now, that's gone missing in action. So I've got to get another one out. I'll find that later. Ta-da! Right. Loop. And hook eye. So the eye of the hook. Yeah, so what you do, take the hook, put, of course, the point of the hook through the rig ring and down the shank. Now, of course, you've got to position it. Okay, what you don't want is it down there You don't want it there, because what you need is as much blowback as possible. So I always put it just at the start of the bend of the hook, like so. Then grip the rig ring, and of course it's the old bog standard, all singing, all dancing, you can't whack it, knotless knot. Take your other end, thread it through the eye. You've got spazzy hands like me and you're shaking like a shitting dog, it doesn't normally work. Okie dokie, so again, the braid and the rig ring sitting there, it's run up the back of the hook. Then of course you've got to do your knotless knot, make sure the rig ring's sitting in the right place for this, and then the next thing, what you've got on the eye of the hook is of course where it's manufactured, it comes round, yeah, and the tag end meets the shank of the hook. So make sure you see which one it is. Yeah, in this case I can't see, let me have a quick look. It's on the top, so the top side, that's where the join is. So if that's on the top side, I'll go on the opposite side, so I'll go around the part that's bent and not joined. Yeah, because again, what that can do, it can basically rub against your light, and it can snap it, but probably not. But just to be on the safe side, double check that. Yeah, normally I'll just whip it round, but I've got to go the other way now. Yeah, got to be spazzy handed now, because that's the side of the hook eye which is not the joint part. So what I'll do, I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy days. Hold that there. I just place my thumbnail so it doesn't peel off again, and then that just goes to the end there. But as you can see, that is proper spazzed up, isn't it? That ain't fitting through there, so you've got to clip it with a pair of scissors. I haven't got any scissors, so I'm just going to have to try and chop it again with my LFK. LFK, little fucking knife. Oh, yeah, there you go. Don't tell my sister I'm cutting a fucking table up in the caravan. There we go. That's a load of bollocks, but hey, we'll get through anyway. So there we go. Back through the eye of the hook. And that's your knotless knot complete. Pull it tight. Take that bit off because that looks a little bit Barry White. On my Penelope Keith, I'll get rid of that. But as you can see now, this is the problem if you don't strip enough coating off. Yep, I've just managed to get a hinge there. As you can see, just managed to get a hinge with the coating, but you might want a little bit longer than that. So if you do, then what you've got to do, you've got to get it off your Penelope Keith. Peel it back a bit, and there we go. That was a Fortuna's piece of luck. Normally it's quite harder than that. So now I've got that hinge. That is very important, that hinge. That's what twists the hook, drops it into the carp's gob, and that's when it pricks it. Yeah, it feels a prick and it's off, just like I normally do. So there we go. We're halfway there. Right, the next part, this is where you need to consult an adult, because what we're going to do is put a little bit of shrink tube on there. Right, it's Friday night in sunny Runcorn, and of course, yeah, on this street at this moment in time, you got all the fucking skip rats out, and what they do, they like to drive up and down the road in the fucking boy racing cars, making right fucking noise. And what I want to do is to issue them concrete shoes at low tide. That's my point of view. Right, next bit, you need a little bit of shrink tube. Yeah, make sure you get the right size shrink tube, gents. Otherwise, if you get 4.5mm, yeah, it'd be like putting a Johnny on a little cock. Yeah. Right, so grab yourself your chosen Yeah. I'm going to go for this. Well, it's semi-clear, this little bit. It is semi-clear. Yeah. And I think it's about 1.6 mil, this. That's the diameter of that little bit of shrink tube there for this size up. I'm just going to have a little quick test, make sure it fits on. Yeah. There we go, we'll get happy days, it fits. As you can see, it fits on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip a little bit off now, and all I need is a very small piece. Okay? Smaller than a whole herd of small things, beginning with this. You don't want a big long bit like this that's hanging off the back of the hook. Yeah, because it'll look like fucking Stephen Hawking's mountain bike. You just need about that much, lads. Okay? Yeah. Well, again, that's what I use. It's entirely up to you what you do. You know, as I say, it's my personal preference, my personal opinion. You can do what you like. This is just a guide. And here come the fucking skip rats again. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put that in his fucking eye. So there we go. Very, very, very small piece of Shrinkus McTubus. Cheap Chinese ridge monkey. Great for filming, especially when you haven't got the dollar to actually play for illumination, like they did when they faked the moon landing. Right, so what we're going to do with that is stick it over tag end. It's getting dark in here now, so I'm going to try and do the best I can. Slide that over your tag end, over the eye of your hook, like so. Listen to him ragging his fucking engine. I'll be ragging fucking shit out of him in a minute. Every fucking night. Right, so you just tease it over. Yeah, treat it like a lady. That's it, just tease it over. Don't smash its fucking back doors in, is what I mean there. So that's ready to go on the old, to get steamed. Of course, I'm looking for about there. Just want that little bit of a kicker. A little bit of a kicker. I'll explain what a kicker is if you don't know what a kicker is very shortly. So that's ready to go. Yeah, ready to be steamed. Yeah, over the old kettle. Yeah. Right. To the proper house. Right. So here we are now. We're in a house. You know, a house where normal people live. That's what we're doing now. Because where normal people live, they have electricity in the walls, and that means they have kettles as well. In a place what they call the kitchen. Okay. Right. So there's the rig. Okay, it's ready to be steamed. Right, so if you look at that, what I've done with the shrink tube there, might be able to see that better. Wait till it focuses. Come on, you shit camera. Do some focusing stuff. I've just got it over basically the knotless nut, and then there's a little bit hanging over the hook eye, and that's what we're going to do now, is to steam that, just to give it a little kicker. Kicker's very important, and of course, yeah, lots of people watching this video will go, yeah, we fucking know that, I've been doing it for fucking years, like, yeah, but there might be people watching this video that have never done it before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to do it, and then the reason why we do it. Yeah, so always look at people and say, right, well, you might not have done it before, so I'll explain it from start to finish and what the reason is behind why we're doing that, which you probably don't get in a lot of rig videos. Right, so steaming time. Yeah, let's get steaming. Double thumbs up. Right, so steam, rigged shrink tube, and of course, what you can do at the same time is steam your hook link at the same time. More on that very shortly. So, if you've got a kitchen, yeah, with electricity in the walls, you turn your kettle on, just like that. If you live in a caravan, if you're out on a bank, start a fire, put the kettle on it, wait till the steam comes out. What you don't do is try and shrink it with a fucking lighter, you noddies, because then you just look like a noddy. Steam out. What you don't want to do is put your hands over the steam, because funnily enough, That is hot water, and if you scald yourself, your fingers will look like fucking Nicky Lauder's face. Don't work? Have another go. Just put it down, hold it in the back, get some steam out, and bosh, Bob's your teapot. Wish you don't burn your trotters. Or scald your trotters. Right, so there we go, that's been steamed. I'll show you that when we've zoomed out. So, let's zoom out, Chris.
Okay, let's zoom out. Yeah, the other way, you deaf bastard. Find the knob. There you go, yeah, knob. Yeah, no.
Right, so there we go. That's been steamed now. Okay, it's shrunk the shrink tube. It's just over. Yeah, you see how it's put that little kicker on there? That's not worked too well. I'm going to have another go at that. That was a bit Adam in the ants, that. I don't like that. That's the ticket. That'll do me. Attention to detail. That's what it's all about with these fucking carp bastards. Yeah, they're like picking your bait up and spitting it out again. Right, so there we go, kids. Okay, there's a little kicker there. It's turned it slightly. It's probably about 45 degrees to the hook, and there's a very good reason for that. Yeah, I'll show you that very shortly. Right, so there we go. That's steamed, and what we can do, because we have got the hook link, which you're supposed to spin or stretch it and it'll stay straight. That's not too straight, is it? Yeah. A little bit bent, that, isn't it? Bit Elton John. Right, so what you can do is steam your rigs again. The coating, once you get steaming, just run it over the steam. Like so. Pull it tight. Make sure you don't burn your trotters or scald your trotters, and that will come out perfectly straight. So that's what we refer to as steaming rig. So it's nice and straight, sits on the bottom. Oh, carpus interrupters can't see the bend in the hook link and go, fuck me, look, there's an hook link, let's fuck off. Yeah. So they don't do that. So there we go. Then we've got to do is tie a little overhand loop in the end, and what I like to do is fold it over and I go 1, so that's 1 overhand loop, and then 2. That is my personal preference, and I've never lost a fish with 2 overhand loops ever. Well, the loop's never broken, that's for sure. Again, very tricky. So there's your little overhand loop, and then of course you got to pull that tight. So you just pull it tight. You don't want to get one of those rig tools on it, by all means do so. Pull that tight, and there you go. There is my rig. Long shank blowback rig. Can be used as a pop-up or a bottom bait. Right, let's look at some rig mechanics now, how this actually works and how this is very hard to deal with for the carp. A long shank blowback rig. So we're 90% of the way there. As you can see, the steaming has straightened that hook link. That's what you want, sitting on the bottom. You don't want it sitting up like that. Yeah, because apparently the carp can recognise that, according to all these fucking scientists. Yeah, and they'll steer clear of it. So we want it pinned at the deck, okay? And then we're all confident, aren't we? Pop up or bottom bait. You can use this provided the hair is long enough for a bottom bait. And I'll show you what I mean by that very shortly. Right, quick scratching my bollocks, because that's what I do. I like scratching my bollocks. I'm a bollock scratching bastard. Quick sup of the old Wigan pears, because it's Friday night, no fuckers here. And then back into the caravan and put up with them fucking obnoxious, nauseating bastards across the road. Yeah, Right, rig mechanics. Let's go and have a look. Right, guys and girls, unfortunately the light is fading and it might be a little bit difficult to see, but I've got me cheap Chinese ridge monkey, more on that later, and I've got my rig here, so I'm going to do my best with what light I've got. Right, so as I said, you can use this as a bottom bait rig or a pop-up rig, okay, provided you've got a long enough hair for the bottom bait rig. Okay, so I would put a bait on it, but unfortunately I'm in a fucking caravan and I haven't got any fucking bait in the caravan. Or have I? No, I haven't. Right, so let's have a look at a little bit of rig mechanics. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort this camera out, get it into an angle where you can actually see what I'm talking about, because there's not worse is somebody going, look at this rig, it's fucking fantastic, that's how it works, shove it up your ass, if you don't like it, fuck off to a gay pub. But I'm not going to do that, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Right, let's look at the mechanics of this rig, or what the idea and thinking is behind it. Okay, right, so firstly we'll look at the bottom bait. Okay, so you've seen the rig, hook sits like that, that's how it sits, and a bottom bait sits on there, of course it does. Okay, if it's too tight, if the bottom bait is too tight to the hook, if the bottom bait lands like that, your hook is stuck up in the air like that. Very visible to all Carpus interrupters. Okay, so if you've got a little bit of a long hair, okay, the weight of the hook will sink the hook and it sits on the bottom like that. So again, it's all about the hair on the bottom bait, lads. If you've got a bottom bait with a pop-up on, what it will do, the pop-up or the snowman or the no-neck snowman, which I call it, that's my favourite rig and it's what I made up myself, the no-neck. I'll show you that in another video. It sits up vertically. The bottom bait sits on the bottom over the hook vertically. Yeah, because the little pop-up on the top, whether it be 10, 12, 14, 16 mil, whatever, sits it up like that, and it all sits on the deck like that. Okay, super, fantastic, lovely, living the dream. Right, so when old Carpus Interruptus comes along and goes, oh, that looks inviting, I think I'll shove that in my big fat fucking face, he sucks it up and it goes into his mouth like that. Then, when he goes, oh fuck, that don't feel right, I can feel a little bit of line on my bottom lip there, he or she spits it out. So what he does is he sucked it up and now he spits it out. Watch what happens to the point of that hook when it decides to spit it out. The point of the hook drops down. As it drops down, that's what sticks in the bottom lip of the carp, pricks it, making sure you've got a very, very sharp hook, feels the prick, hey, and then goes, bollocks, I've been fucking done. Screen's off, one toner, there you go, you got a carp. Okay, that is the thinking about that, because it can slide down the shank of the hook and spit it out before, if I can get this fucking right actually on camera. Yeah, look at the hook. It drops down. It drops down in its mouth. Okay, it doesn't stick up. It drops down into the bottom lip. Okay, it's very, very rare you will catch a carp, yeah, with the hook in the top lip. They're always bottom lip in the scissors. Okay, and that's the reason why it drops down, and that's what you want it to do. Prick the fish, feels that, off it goes like a fucking herd of 1,000 gazelles. Right, what that little bit of shrink tube does, if it doesn't drop down, okay, so let's say it's facing upwards. For example, when a carp sucks the bait in, it's facing upwards from the carp's bottom lip. What the little bit of shrink tube does as a kicker it always turns it round and then sticks the hook in the carp's bottom lip. Provided you've got that hinge, as you can see, it's turning round, and bosh, yeah, you fucking outsmarted the little bastard, yeah, you've pulled his pants down. It works every time. So you've got your coating, which is the stiff bit, which is designed to kick it away from the lead. That hinge is very important because that's what makes it turn in the carp's mouth. You can see there, it's that little hinge. Rig mechanics, lads, rigs mechanics. A lot of you watching this will probably think, yeah Chris, you're full of shit, we already know that. But bear in mind, gents, there's a lot of lads and girls out there that don't realise how it works. So they're watching this and fucking educating themselves. So, turn it round, doesn't matter. Turn the hook round so it's facing away from my finger. There we go. But every time, that hook with that kicker will turn round and stick in the fish's mouth. One more time. Turn round and stick in the fish's mouth. That's when you get your one toner and you get your new PB on the bank. Happy day. So, a bit of rig mechanics there. Right, pop-up. Let's have a look at the pop-up version. So, of course, you can use this with a pop-up, making sure, of course, you've got a little bit of putty. Always test your rig in the margins, or whatever it is you use to test your rigs. And it's got to sit like that, hasn't it? Okay, so you've got a little bit of weed on the bottom. You want to be just above the weed. Okay, it's got to sit like that. You'll notice on this, I've wrinkled that up like Notabatti's stockings. That's what my little bit of putty sticks to. Tungsten putty to counterbalance the weight. So again, what it does, it sits like that, gents. Yeah. On the bottom of the lake. Yeah, so again, the pop-up is probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the deck. Or you can make it as long as you like. Zig rig or pop-up. Again, fish sucks it in it goes, in its big fat face. Bosh, don't like it, wants to spit it out, it can't, because it turns over every time, fucking nails them. One toner, happy days, wet net, wet cradle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, if I can fucking grab the bastard, is why that is my favourite rig. Outsmart the bastards, because that's what it's all about. Staying one step ahead of old Carpus Interruptus. Thank you very much. Good night, and fuck off. Chucking all my rig bits all over the floor. Right, lads and ladies, of course, I don't do rig videos, but I've done one, so if you don't like it, I couldn't give a fuck. Okay, if you do like it and you've learned something, happy days. Yeah, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. If it can put an extra fish on the bank for you lot, yeah, then I'm happy with that. I can go to bed tonight and say, fucking hell, he got a 28 pounder, he's got a PB. Why? Because he had a look at that ring and he used it. Yeah, I'm all about everybody else. I'm not a greedy bastard that looks after myself. Okay, so what else I'm going to do tonight is tips, tricks, and handy hints. Okay, something I found along the way, and a couple of my fishing buddies. Yeah, my fishing mates. Not that I've got many fucking friends, like, but Marcus Interruptus in good old Warrington. There's Matty. There is Jay, Big Gay Jay from Stockport, and Danny who likes to take a spod rocket up his arse, like, yeah. I've stuck a few little bits of tips, tricks and handy hints their way, yeah, and they've benefited, I can't even fucking say that word, benefited from it. Right, so tips, tricks and handy hints. Save yourself a few quid. let's have a look at this, shall we? I've got fucking loads of them. Got big rosy cheeks there. Yeah. Tips, tricks, and handy hints. Right, troops. Yeah, save yourself a few quid. Okay. You go carp fishing, the chances are you're gonna do an overnighter or a couple of overnighters, or you're gonna spend a bit of time on a bank when it's dark. So what you need some illumination. You need lights. What do you need lights for? So you can fucking see what you're doing. Of course. Right. Okay. So me and my mate, he's sat here. Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. I'll show him you later. Like, he's a bit dead now at the moment, like, but I'll sort him out very shortly. He'll come and say hello. Illumination. On the market at this present time, yeah, there's all these lights going round, isn't there? Okay, there's Ridge Monkey. Ridge Monkeys. What do you pay for a Ridge Monkey? I don't know. If you get the bog standard, what are you going to pay? 25, 30 quid? Yeah. If you get the, what do they fucking call them, remote control ones, yeah, you're going to pay 35 quid. Okay. Ridge Monkeys illumination. Right, 400 lumens, 250 lumens. Yeah, if you don't know what a lumen is, it's the brightness of a light. Right, I'm running this video by light, obviously. Yeah. But I'm running it cheap Chinese Ridge Monkeys. Okay. How cheap are they? Well, you'll find out very shortly. Quick scratch. These are absolutely fucking fantastic. Why are they fantastic? Well, first things first, of course, you see something, a cheap Chinese rip-off, yeah, you buy one and test it. Okay, if it's going to cost you a few quid, fair enough. If it fucks up, yeah, chuck it in a lake, and that's it. End of, innit? Game over. Right, so, what I did, I bought one, and I tested it. It's fucking brilliant. And it's this one that's lighting up my big, fat, sweaty, horrible, hairy face now at the moment. Still going strong. Yeah, and I noticed that one because I covered it in camo tape. Cheap Chinese Ridge Monkeys. Okay, right, there we go. There's one. I've covered this in camo tape. I don't know if you can see the end. In fact, let me get another one. That's a cheap Chinese Ridge Monkey. How do I know it's cheap in Chinese? Yeah. 1, I ordered it from China. 2, it was delivered to China. And 3, it cost me a tenner. That cost me a tenner. That has been to Sally Walsh's. Yeah. It's illuminated me swim. It has been to France and illuminated me swim. I've given many away to friends who I think are worthy of cheap Chinese Ridge Monkeys. No, but at the end of the day, right, have a look. Let me go and get another one so you can see this. Hang 5. Whew. To the Ridge Monkey factory. No, cheap Chinese Ridge Monkey factory. Here's another one that I made earlier. I'll just switch that one on. Right, let's have a look. Cheap Chinese Ridge Monkeys. There's one. This is the first one I got. I covered it in camo tape. Why? It's black. Camo tape. And it's black. Let's have a look at this end then. Look at that. Right, there is your on-off. Yeah, it's got 4 settings. Okay. Well, 5 settings actually. It's got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and SOS flash mode. Okay, that is your charging point, which is a Samsung charger, which you get with it anyway. But of course, yeah, that's what you can put. It's a Samsung charger anyway. My Samsung charger fits it. Okay, there's another one which I haven't camo taped. Silver, and it's got the black caps as usual, and it's got a couple of hangy things so you can hang it in your bivvy stroke tent. They're great these, aren't they? Look, you can actually see my big fat fucking sweaty horrible face now, can't you? That's just 2 I've bought. Okay, So, are they any good, or are they a bag of shite? Bought that one 6 months ago. It's done 2 weeks in France. Yeah, it's been dropped, it's been kicked in the bollocks, it's doing alright. Still working. And that one I got as a spare. But I bought another 6. Why? Because the price has gone down from a tenner to £6. £6. So where can you get them from? The only problem is these end caps at this new lowered Chinese price are white. But who gives a fuck if they're white? Because what you can do is just cover them in camo tape so they're not white anymore. They're black obviously, and that's why, yeah, the price has been lowered for some reason. There must be a load of carp fishermen buying them. Right, so let's have a look. Where can you buy them? Right, I'll show you where you can buy them. Yeah, tips, tricks, and handy fucking hints, mate. These are the fucking dog's bollocks, lads. You can't fucking knock them. I've been running them now for 6 months. The only thing that kills them is water, rain. Yeah, it's the only thing that kills them. I've got one over there. It died in France because I left it out in the rain, ready to take, you know, a bit of illumination for the footage if I got a run in the middle of the night. But I went to bed, rain came down, didn't know about it, fucked it right up. Right, how do they come? They don't come like that from China, of course they don't. They come in one of these. Well protected package. No dildo. They fit in there. I'm not going to turn it off. You get a couple of straps so you can hang it in your tent if you're a fucking tourist, and that fits on the top, and that's how they come. Okay, they ain't going to get damaged in transit, believe me, lads. Yeah, I've just ordered another 6, so I've got 8 now. I'll give about fucking 3 away. Yeah. But if you're not into a little bit of yellow, because that's how they'll come, yellow, you can always do what I did and camo tape the little protective casing. Camo tape it. Where'd you get the camo tape? This camo tape is from the range. $5.99 for 10 metres. Tips, tricks, and more fucking handy hints. There you go. If you've got a little bit of creativity about you, you can actually camo them. So if you drop them, of course you can't fucking find them again. But if you keep it yellow and you drop it in a field, the chances are you're going to see it a fucking mile away, aren't you? Fucking camo bollocks. Right, so there we go. Tips, tricks, handy hints. Yeah, right, where can you get them? Let's have a look at that then. This one on Amazon at this present time, they're only selling white only because the black has run out. But you can get them for £6 fucking 24 pence. Who's the noddy now, eh? Pay 30 quid, 35 quid for a remote control one. Or wait 2 weeks for one to be delivered from China. For £6 fucking 24. Who's the noddy now? There you go, lads. If you want a black one, you can actually get a black one. Where are we? But they're a tenner. They've been reduced from £12.49 to £9.99. Free of charge, posting, but they come from China, so it might take a couple of weeks. So if you want one pretty sharpish, fuck off and pay 33 quid. £6 24 pence. And cover it in fucking camo tape, lads. So therefore, it's no longer white. Just like Europe. Happy days. Well, not happy days. Tips, tricks, handy hints. Don't like it, thumbs down, fuck off to a gay pub. Ta-da! Right, kids, that's it. Rigs, tips, tricks and handy hints. I'm off to enjoy a few alcoholic beverages with myself, and I done a little trump, but poo didn't come out. Ta-da!